why of L. Ron Hubbard. Once more I shall answer in one sentence. Do what thou wilt should be the whole of the law. Now, of course, I give you here the exact quote of the man my father was quoting. My father rarely quoted anyone exactly or otherwise. He always put his own twist and turn to it to make LRH the source, LRH the creator. From my conception, in November 1933 to December 1952, what LRH drummed into my head by his magic tech was, do what you will is the whole of the law. Do only that which satisfies the will. What the hell does that mean? I didn't find out myself, consciously that is, until mid-December 1952 when my father was giving a series of lectures in Philadelphia. Not from the lectures, privately in his hotel room. He deemed it proper at that time to openly initiate me into his sources. He gives me the first of a series of books and contests to be kept forever secret. He says to reveal them will cause me instant insanity, rip my mind apart, destroy me, he warns. Secrets, techniques, and powers he alone has conquered and harnessed. He alone has refined, improved on, applies his own engineering principles to. Science and logic, the keys. His keys to the doorway of the magic. His magic, the power. His power. The real powers of Solomon, he says. Caligula and Alice too. My past is my enemy, he says. The enemy of all. I listen with hypnotic fascination, the books, some recently republished, some over 1,200 years old, some handwritten by people other than Dad, some 5,000 years old. Gifts, he says. He is excited, fearful, and cautious. He is tense. Unimparted secrets imparted for the first time. I open the books intending only to thumb through. I am awed and amazed. I know these books. How could I? He answers, they were used to conceive you and birth you too. I've read them to you while you were asleep, drugged too, hypnotized too. For years, he says, Katie too, and Polly too, scores of women, blood and pain women, my scarlet women, he says, souls torn open, he says. I made the magic really work, he says, no more foolish rituals. I've stripped the magic to basics. Access without liability, he says, I'll teach you. Learn well, my son, for you shall take my place. Be likened unto me, fashioned none by my hand. Entering the golden dawn with me and carrying it to the stars and beyond, he says. Scarlet women of your own, he says, plenty, for they are the secret to the doorway. Use and consume, feast, drink the power through them, waste and discard them. Sex by will, he says, love by will, he says, no caring, no sharing, no feelings, none, he says. Sex and love reverse, he says. Find love through sex. Love isn't sex. Love is no good. Puts you at effect point, he says. Sex is power, he says. No, sex is the route to power, he says. The route to the doorway to power, he says. Find your scarlet woman, he says. Create your causation, he says. Make your own scarlet women, he says. Scarlet, I ask? Yes, scarlet. The blood of their bodies, the blood of their soul, he says. Release the will from bondage, he says. Bend the body, bend the mind, bend their will, beat back the past, free your will, unfetter the will from the past, from the future. The present is the only thing. No consequences, none answering, no guilt. Nothing is wrong in the present. The will is free, total free, he says. No feelings, no effort, pure thought, thinking alone, separated. The will postulating the will, he says. Will, sex, love, blood, door, power, will, logical, he says. The doorway of plenty, the great door of the great beast, him, you, me, our will, our power, our reality, ours alone, he says. He repeats an incantation, evokes the door opening to the realm of the beast, the great beast. I vomit, I hurt, I feel the power flood through the doorway, I shine, I am well. Father says again, never tell, or much worse will happen. I nod. He commands me to read. Father is commanded, I read. The book of the law, the sacred magic of Abra Malin, the sex magic of the 9th degree of the OTO, and later many more textbooks, many more hours of learning and practice with Dad, practice alone and use. An academy of religious arts and sciences, the academy of power, Hubbard power, personal power, not Scientology power, great power, beast power. Father was correct, very right on. It worked exactly as he said. It still does and always will.